Dugan, huge weekend last week. Won both matchups, including defeating Max Hale from Penn in a ranked matchup. He moved up 3 spots in the Intermat polls to 19th. And Mikey Bartush, the sophomore, Bartush, 21-8 on the year. If he gets himself a victory here, he might be looking at a potential ranking down the line. And obviously with some momentum heading into EIWAs, but Dugan, the team captain, he's been so reliable this year.
Yeah, this is going to be a big test for Dugan. This kid's tough, and an EIWA foe that he's going to see, potentially in 2 weeks. It's going to be a big test for him just to see how his composure level is against a tough opponent who is going to come out here with some confidence.
Of the 2 losses for Dugan, one, he had a medical forfeit, so that doesn't entirely tell the whole story, but the one loss he did have here against EIWA opponent was against Chris Foca from Cornell. And that was by major decision, so still work left for Dugan to do before the tournament in 2 weeks. No score, about a minute in. 9-2 in duels competition this year for Dugan. Nathan Stefanik having the other duel at 184, but it's Dugan going up 3-0 on the takedown. And Bartush, again, quick escape. There's been takedowns and then quick escapes. It's something that the Tigers haven't had that next bit of offense after getting the 3.
It's keeping the opponents in the match, and some of the matches, Blaine Berge, for example, was the one that comes to mind, was the reason he lost. So, I mean, it's not rocket science. It's just fundamental issues that we're seeing, and again, just things that need to get better before, these next 2 weeks happen. There's just nothing to really say other than this is the core fundamental parts of the sport that you need to do right tactically. It's huge.
Still a minute left to go, and that's the thing. I think the only time you're going to see quick takedown and escape is when there's the cutoff, and you're trying to think, okay, I can get a tech far better against an opponent. In these situations where it's tight, where both wrestlers have the chance to win within a takedown, you got to make sure you have more time riding.
It's totally a mentality thing, right? And you hear people say, right, there's no free lunch. Well, there's no free points, or there shouldn't be. And any free points is a mental win for your opponent. And that's exactly what you want. You want to take your opponent's mind anything away from getting a win, right? And so those mat returns, that riding time point, it's a tactical and mental change that gets instilled in the person that is getting affected by it. So it's again, it's a make or break. It's a major part of collegiate wrestling, and it hasn't really been taken advantage of yet, at this point in the season. So we'll see.
Well, that's in the second period, but again, a look at the Dugan takedown.
Yep, just textbook shell finish, hiding those ankles, doing a good job. Getting his 3 points and making it 3-1 here going into the second.
Dugan trying to roll through, but that's a good job by Bartush to keep the ride going. Dugan now slips through. So riding time not a factor, 4-1 Dugan leads. One of the other positive signs this year from Dugan is 6th place finish at Midlands. He had 2 ranked victories, including a quarterfinal upset of the top seed by major decision at 184. He's looking for a second takedown here, but Bartush doing a good job to not give it up yet. Dugan now will get the 3. And now here's where he's got to work.
He had that bottom leg hooked for a second, and Bartush did a good job continuing to crawl forward and keeping that foot free from being hooked on that bottom side. Good transition wrestling, though. I mean, that's the kind of top, mat wrestling you want to see, transition and try to lock something in. But, again, my argument is if you're going to let him up, let him up at your own will, right? Don't let the guy up because he wants to get up. Let him up because you want to give him a point. And that could be, trying to mat return and then letting him up, right? Just doing those little mental challenges that. Put on the singlet there.
Okay, there's a point. Haven't seen that too much.
I mean, listen, Dugan is so good on his feet that he gets away with it. But, there's going to be matches where, into this competition season at the end, right? This postseason, he's going to need to get a ride out. He's going to need to, find a way to get a mat return or bring a guy out of bounds. Maybe he's up by a point or whatever the case may be. And that point could be early in the match, right? That affects the end of the match. You never really know what's going to affect the end, but you have to work hard to make sure that you're stingy and you're not giving up anything. Because that one thing might be the reason you lose.
And obviously for Dugan, he's got his mind on a real strong performance at EIW. He was the first alternate last year at 184, but no spot opened up, so he did not get to compete in the tournament. This year, obviously, stronger win here gives it to 20 on the season, but it's not going to matter if he doesn't get it done in the EIWA tournament. So after the escape by Bartush, 8-3 the score. Princeton trying to get the lead back. They have it trailed in this dual meet, but a 6-0 lead became 6-6, and a 12-6 lead has become 12 apiece. Princeton trying to get the lead back heading into final two matches. And here, if you're Dugan, another takedown may put you in position for a key bonus point.
Yeah, he's captain status. He needs to go Captain America here and figure out a way to get this major because it's needed. His team needs him big time right now. He's got to push.
Bartush gets in on the leg. Dugan sticks with, and now he goes on the attack. Tries to get the takedown. Bartush stays heavy at the hips, and they're out of bounds. I think both wrestlers there were looking to finish the job, but couldn't quite do it.
Yeah, good shot by Bartush, and a really good way to defend there by Dugan. But he got a little excited there, tried to go big lift, and Bartush did a good job, maintaining the neutral position here.
Second of three rematches from the Navy Classic. Dugan won 16-7 by major decision. Gets a takedown here late. We'll have another major decision. Bartush trying to get the attack going. Dugan defends, and he tried something there, but nothing doing. Short time. And we'll see if Dugan tries to get that bonus point. Bucknell wants a stall call against Dugan. And it may be contend here. Dugan would move to 20-6 on the season. Bartush, though, trying for a late opportunity. And he gets 3 at the buzzer. So it's Bartush, despite the loss, having the last say. 8-6 in the decision, and it's back to a Princeton lead, 15-12. Right there to Bartush, going to the very last second.
If I'm Dugan, I'm walking off that mat mad. I mean, listen.
He might not be too happy. He just